Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Joel. Today we're going to be doing a crazy mixed media project on this Artist Loft 16 by 20 inch number 3 canvas. It's going to be fun, so come on man, let's do this. So, first thing I'm going to do is get my canvas black. I have it flipped over on the surface first, the top surface, so I can show you how I do the bottom. So this is Artist Loft Soft Body Black straight out of the bottle. I want to do this in just one coat so I don't have to wait for it to dry to put the second one on. So I'm just going to put it on pretty heavy. So I tape off the wood area of the frame so that looks nice and clean after you unmask it. Just so you know, the back doesn't have to look perfect in my opinion. It is art after all, but if you can do this easy step to make it look cleaner, why not do it? I also signed the back and put a stamp on it for authenticity. I'll show you that sometime if you're interested. So anyway, I'm going to speed this up here. I'll get back to you in a second and explain what we have in store for you today. Alrighty, so I got my canvas all black. You can see the back looks nice. After I unmask that, when it's all done, it'll look real nice and clean. So I'm going to do a frame effect, a black frame effect when this thing is said and done. So I'm going to mask off a frame starting with the outsides and then overlap with the fine line tape where the edge is going to be actually up against the rest of the paint. Alright, I'm going to speed this up here. This is ×4 speed. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. If you have any questions on what I'm doing, feel free to comment at the end. And thanks for watching. Alright, so I have my frame masked off. Now I'm going to mask another area off in the center where our texture is going to be. So you can see what I did. After I masked my frame off, I have a smaller square. Alright, so for my texture, I'm using joint compound mixed with clear glue. Here's my joint compound. You can get this anywhere. So I'm going to mix this with clear glue so I get really good adhesion. I mixed it like 3:1 joint compound to glue. Okay, so that ends up being this nice and creamy paste. And I'm just going to spread this, mix it up real good, and then just spread it evenly as possible across this smaller square on my canvas. And then we can decide what kind of textures we want. We're gonna look at some different ideas try some couple different things and see what we come up with. Okay, so I'm getting this all spread out here as evenly as I can, and then you're gonna need to let it set up for a while, because I have so much glue in it that's pretty soft and thin, so you're gonna need to let it set up. And it's really easy to try to put this texture on prematurely. At least for me it is. I usually get a little antsy, and which I did in this case. So I'm going to try some bubble wrap here. I let this set up for about an hour or so and see what happens. If you don't wait long enough, it just kind of mushes around and you don't really get an impression, so to speak. You just get a bunch of crap. So anyway, I'm going to put this on here as evenly as possible. And we're just playing around here, see what we get. Okay. I'm going to lightly press it down. Okay, so I'm attempting to evenly press this down lightly just to get an impression, and then I'm going to peel it straight back and see what we have. And as you can see, I did not let the material set up long enough, so it's just kind of a bunch of mush. So I have another plan. We're going to go to plan B here and see how this works. Alright, so I'm going to take a textured rubber roller and roll across this, and it's kind of a snake skin or alligator skin texture. And again, the material is not dry enough, so it's kind of making a mess of it. I'm going to let it set up and take a look at it and see what it looks like. As far as my texture, it's not working. It's too soft, but that's okay. Just keep playing with it till you come up with something cool. I got quite a bit of material on here, so I can do this a few times if I need to. Now that looks better. Just keep playing with it. So I let my textured material dry. I brought it out into the garage. I'm going to use just some Krylon spray paint, and I'm going to paint this silver first. I'm going to go for iridescent pearl coat, flip-flop colors on this piece here. So the first thing I want to do is put down some silver over the textured area before I put the pearl on. I've been painting cars for like 50 years, so this is the way I do it on if I'm doing a custom paint job. First you spray on some silver, then you put your transparent pearls over it, and you get a really nice color or nice outcome. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a kind of a mist coat now, which evens it out so there's no streaks. Keep shaking in between coats. Then I can let this dry, and I gotta tell you, I'm gonna explain how I did my pearl coats, but I couldn't videotape it in the shop where I work, so I'm going to just have to describe it to you, but it's very simple. So here it is. You can see what I have going on here. This is not the brightest silver by any means, so I will show you later. I ended up respraying it with this Rust-Oleum chrome, okay, first, and you can see the end result behind there, but this is what it looked like just after the chrome paint from Rust-Oleum. I think it's a lot better. It's much shinier, okay? So this is what I ended up using for a base. Then I took it to my shop and I mixed some pearl coats in with some polyurethane clear coat, and I will show you the pearl coats that I used right here. Okay, I ordered them from a company called Dip Your Car, and you'll see the link below. And these are the pearl coats that I ordered. Now these were just like samples. Okay, it's like 5 grams per bag. And this is an iridescent one here that I used, and it's called Plasma Color Shift. Okay, so these pearls are just, they're the finest. It's almost like dust. I mean, it is super fine. So I wanted to spray it on. I've never tried mixing it with any pouring medium or anything like that. So I sprayed it over with clear coat. Okay, so you can see how the color shifts. So the center, remember, was painted silver, and I put the this plasma color shift on, and then where you're seeing the greenish color was over black, so it's the same material. I shot it at the same time. It's crazy. So if you spray this over black, it looks like that. If you spray it over silver, it looks more like the red. So you see the different effect I'm getting here. Now I'm peeling off my frame, and you'll get an idea of what the final product is going to look like. Now, since I did this video, I put several coats of Liquitex High Gloss Varnish over it. Not over the textured area, but the rest of it. So here you go. Those were both painted at the same time with the same material clear coat. The green color is just over black, and that texture was over silver. And one is pink and one is green. From different angles, they swap. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in here and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, you guys can do this yourself. It's not that difficult. You'd have to get just like a polyurethane clear coat, a very small compressor, and you could use an airbrush or just a mini spray gun. And you need to do it in your garage or outside because the chemicals will kill you. Wear a mask too. But it's really easy to do. I put 2 coats of this stuff over. Again, it was silver and black, and it ends up like that. So it was really fun to do. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you got any questions, and also you don't have to do the spray. You could put any colors over this. You could paint it, you know, with iridescent paint with the brush, and you could get a very similar effect. So here's a couple of wall shots. I hope you guys have a great Halloween and great weekend, and I will see you real soon. Thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Oh yeah, one more thing. Please hit that like button for me and subscribe if you haven't. Share this with your friends, your family, everybody you ever met. All right, bye now.